Now, the 21-year-old victim who was gunned down here has been identified as a popular Toronto rapper.
Before Houdini would get cosigns from Nav, Tory Lanez, and drop his EP Underground in March of this year.
He doesn't sound like a Toronto man, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have that thick Toronto accent. Like, yo, fam, like that whole shit. You can't really hear it in his stuff. That's why I kind of like it more. I like Houdini. Houdini could go some places as long as he stay out of trouble.
Before Houdini would clock in over 100,000 followers on Instagram and drop tracks like Big Time, Fleek, and Myself.
Like I was making music like, with all my homies and shit.
Yeah.
And then like I just like thought like, yo, I should just drop this. You know, I have enough music. Drop it. You know, I just dropped it.
Before Houdini would be gunned down in a drive-by shooting in downtown Toronto on May 26, 2020 at the age of only 21.
What I can confirm with Toronto paramedics is that we have a total of 3 gunshot victims that have been transported to a hospital.
Houdini was local talent here in Toronto who repped this city hard. Now he even flexed Canadian money in his music videos, which is something I've never even seen before. Now he became one of Canada's most streamed independent artists, and Toronto's always been a hard city to break out of. But even after Houdini went down to LA and met with several labels who presented him with offers, well, he decided to stay independent and to stay in his own lane. Now with 2 projects having been completed working with Tory Lanez, well, this kid, he was definitely about to blow up and be the next big thing coming out of the 6. Unfortunately, that won't happen now, and the city that he reps so hard, well, it went and released the cover page story that reads, "Who made Houdini disappear?" I gotta be honest with you guys, the Toronto Sun, that's just not a good look. Now he was killed in a shooting that also wounded a boy 15 years old and an innocent 27-year-old woman. Now it all took place just 10 minutes from where I filmed these videos. In a recent interview with Complex Canada, when asked about how he's handling COVID, well, Houdini, he had this to say. "I'm my own man, I do what I want, so people are saying don't go outside because you can get corona. I'm gonna take the chance. All my life I've been risking." Well, it's a goddamn shame that someone would go and take this kid down just as he was about to blow up. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden back at it again with another tragic video, and this is a local story. Now, we were actually talking with Houdini in the DMs about a month ago to work on his Before They Were Famous video. Now, this is actually Toronto's 5th based rapper to lose his life to gun violence this year alone. It's crazy and tragic stuff. Now, we make these videos with the utmost respect for those who want to know more about these artists. Please leave your condolences for his friends and his family in the comments down below. Now, let's get into this video. Houdini was born DiMarzio Jenkins, and we can't confirm his actual birthday, but knowing that he was 21 years old, well, I'm guessing he was born in and around 1999. Now, he grew up in the Jane Driftwood neighborhood near the notoriously dangerous area known as Jane and Finch. Now, his grandma, she had a townhouse there where he lived with his mom, his dad, his sister, and his brother.
You grew up there? Like, that's where you always have been?
Yeah, my grandma was living there for like 25 years.
True.
And like all my family members, like, we grew up out that one house.
Oh, okay.
3 rooms.
Yeah.
Little 3-room, 1 bathroom.
Damn.
We had people living in the basement sometimes. Yeah.
When his grandma passed away, they had to give up the house, so his family, they then moved to Brampton, and that's where he went to school. Now, he told Complex Canada, "I just started participating in certain activities and got into certain experiences that made me start to rap. Like, some people around me were rapping, and I just got influenced by that." He also revealed that he got involved in street shit. Now, his parents, they tried to persuade him to make something of himself through academics, and they wanted him to become a lawyer, but he always knew that he was gonna make something of himself doing what he loved.
I dropped a single on SoundCloud like in 2016.
Okay.
With Benji.
Oh, Northside Benji.
Yeah, Came to Conquer, and everybody was fucking with that song.
That's dope.
Like, that's what made me like say, yeah, like people was like, yeah, you could do this shit.
Oh yeah, after that song. Yeah. So after like the response from that song, you kind of like
little feedback and shit.
Yeah.
Speaking on musical influences, he stated, "I mean, there's a couple of joints that I F with in the R&B culture. My mom and sisters, they used to play that music, like Aaliyah and Sade. Lots of reggae too, like Burrs, Hammond, and Sanchez, the OGs. So me being around them, I'm prone to it because I know what sounds good. and what notes to hit, and how to orchestrate a song, I guess. When asked who his favorite Toronto rappers were, he answered, YG, Burna, J Neat, Robin, and Northside Benji. Speaking of which, if you want me to cover more Toronto rappers on this channel, you gotta let me know in the comments down below, or hit me up in the DMs. Now, he'd been getting a ton of exposure from the insanely popular Toronto Instagram account 6BuzzTV. He also had a loyal following, and when he asked his fans to get his photo to 10,000 likes for him to drop his EP Underground, well, they got together quickly and met his request. Now, he became one of Canada's most streamed independent artists, and despite having been involved in street life, well, Houdini, he had no record, he had no convictions, and no outstanding charges at the time he was gunned down. Now, when this news broke, well, actually a few of his friends, they messaged me, including Toronto Chairgirl. Now, they all cited him as humble, hardworking, and well on his way to big things.
Going to LA in the studio, like all those celebrities and shit.
Yeah.
Making music. Just doing shows, and that was lit.
You did a show in LA?
No, not shows in LA, but like in Canada.
Okay.
It was pretty lit.
Go.
I wasn't even nervous. Ready.
Now, he had recently met with record labels in LA, but he declined several offers, choosing to stay independent. He explained, "You know, I'm at the top of my tier right now when it comes to the underground scene in Canada, so I like that feeling. I don't want to feel like I'm competing with bigger names that have major backing, major labels, and a bigger budget than me, and shit like that. I like the lane I'm in."
I see a lot of people out here with like certain links and celebrity looks and
Yeah.
but they still going nowhere.
Yeah, I know. It's very true.
I don't have none of that. Like, and look
Yeah.
what I'm doing. Like, I just got my team and my neighborhood and my supporters around me. Like,
Now, this takes us to this week. Now, he was in downtown Toronto and he was crossing the street with a teenage boy at Blue Jay Way south of King Street when an SUV, which was possibly a blue Volkswagen Tiguan, well, that one had been on the street for a little while. And all of a sudden it pulled a U-turn and an assailant opened fire near the Bishop Hotel. Now, there was also an innocent bystander. She was a female, 27 years old. She got hit with a bullet, as did the 15-year-old kid.
Toronto paramedics have told me that they have a fourth victim that they are working on, but I can confirm that there's 3 gunshot victims that have been transported to hospital.
There's also bullet holes on the east and the west side of the streets. Now, no arrests have been made, but a firearm was found at the scene. So if you have any information, please contact the local authorities.
When they did, the suspect vehicle made a U-turn, came out and started firing at this group of individuals. Gun bullets are very indiscriminate. They will just go through anything, and unfortunately, when you're shooting downtown, you know you're going to cause carnage.
Now, Houdini isn't the only rapper in Toronto to catch a bullet and lose his life. There are other rappers that have been killed more recently, including Tyrone Noseworthy. He was 19. He was known as 4400, and he had worked with Houdini in the past. There was also Ferrara Hershey Hindul, 23 years old, aka 22 Filthy. There was Jaquar Stewart, 24 years old, also known as B. Villy, and he had also worked with Houdini as well. Then there was Keshawn Brown, 18 years old, also known as YS, and he had collaborated with 4400. Now, Warner Music Canada, they had this to say about Houdini's passing. "Houdini had unlimited potential as an artist, and we are incredibly saddened that his life was cut short. We urge our elected officials to help address the root causes of gun violence and put an end to these tragedies." Finally, Tory Lanez, well, he took to social media where he stated, "I'm trying, I can't fight the tears from falling. I can't even find the words for his speech right now. Y'all took my F and N, and all he wanted to do was live. Hashtag RIP Houdini forever."
One of the online tributes for Jenkins came from American artist Meek Mills, and based on the 21-year-old's Instagram page, he was proud of his accomplishments as an artist, most recently celebrating the release of a new project, expressing excitement after a publication named him as one of the top 30 Canadian artists to watch for in 2020.
Now, he did have 2 albums that he worked on with Tory Lanez that will be dropping shortly, I believe. So stay tuned for that. Of course, this is a very sad story. So as for the rest of the story, well, it lives on in his music and by those who know him best, because this is Before They Were Gone. My name is Michael McCrudden, and we make these videos with the utmost respect. Please leave your condolences down below. Let me know what other Toronto rappers you guys want me to cover, and we could probably invite them in here for an interview before or after COVID. Sorry. All right, guys. Let's say a prayer. This is terrible. Okay, bye. Boom.